Children and a Link to Pesticides by Emily Zupon. Children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. In 1996, the Environmental Protection Agency created the Food Quality Protection Act. This act set aside tougher standards to protect infants and children from pesticide risk. There are critical periods in human development when a human is a child, in which exposure to a harmful substance can permanently change the way a person's body system operates. In this short film, we will bring to light information that shows our children may be at risk for developmental damage caused by pesticide, and suggest one possible source of pesticide exposure that children may face. Pesticides are substances designed to kill a wide array of insects, weeds, and other household and agricultural pests. Chlorpyrifos is one of the most widely used insecticides in the United States. The EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, estimates that 10 million pounds are used in agricultural settings every year. Chlorpyrifos is in the insecticide subclass of the pesticide family and is designed to kill insects. A reason researchers and health organizations study chlorpyrifos is because it prevents chemical reactions from happening in the nervous system for proper functioning, namely the brain and spinal cord. The pictured study was done to evaluate brain growth and development of preschool children exposed to pesticides in Mexico. A test group of children ages 4 to 5 years old residing in northwestern Mexico were selected for study because of similarities in genetic backgrounds, diets, water mineral concentrations, and social behaviors. The major differences in the two groups evaluated are the test group residency being in the valley or the foothill, exposure to pesticides in the valley or non-exposure to pesticides in the foothill. And eventually these relationships led researchers to the children's ability to draw humans. Researchers were able to compare the abilities between the two test groups of children, pesticide-exposed children in blue on the graph to non-pesticide-exposed children in red on the graph. The groups of children participated in a 30-minute number memory exercise. Stamina observations were made by observing children jumping in place until shortness of breath, and a human drawing exercise with a scoring system that gave points for drawing body parts. The non-exposed versus exposed children's ability to draw humans may have been the most striking difference. Should we be concerned as to how children are being exposed to pesticides? The study featured focused on the diets of children and the pesticide residues on the exact foods they were consuming. Two groups of 23 children aging 3 to 11 years old were recruited for study from local public elementary schools and Montessori preschools in Seattle, Washington, and then in Atlanta, Georgia. These children were confirmed to be eating non-organic diets, meaning foods subject to pesticide application. Exact serving amounts of exact foods were submitted to the researchers and then sent for testing by the Food and Drug Administration's labs. The most frequently consumed foods by both test groups were apples, orange juice, blueberries, strawberries, bananas, and watermelon. Of these foods, high amounts of pesticides were found in apples, orange juice, and blueberries. Above allowable amounts of chlorpyrifos, the insecticide that does not allow proper brain functioning or spinal cord functioning, was found in strawberries. These two studies are related by children and pesticide exposure, not necessarily only by the specific insecticide chlorpyrifos. Studies can show relationships between neurological development in children and pesticides. Studies can also show that foods grown with pesticides children commonly eat can contain above safe levels of pesticides. Ultimately, I hope this video showed some effects of pesticides on children's neurological development and highlight that food may be a source of pesticide contact that our children may have.